Hi folks, it's Big Sterna from HEX Effects. I'm going to demonstrate our HEX-GATE circuitry on, in this case, Stratocaster. If you want to play patches on a GR55 and any other Roland device or that are PCM patches like grand pianos, all the orchestra, symphonic musical instruments, wind instruments, horns, grand pianos, these patches. The GR55 has to do pitch detection, determine what frequency you're trying to play. And if there's any noise going from the guitar through the cable, whatever, into there, the GR55 will have trouble understanding what you are trying to say or play in this case, right? So you have to send as clean of a signal as possible into that unit, and then that unit, GR55, has a way better chance of understanding what you're trying to play without creating weird, goinky, obnoxious noises, right? So one of the things is the GK3 pickup is very microphonic. It's got coils in it. So there's 6 little microscopic tiny humbuckers in there, one for each string. It is, if you hit this or do anything, if you play one string, the note goes from one string to all the other strings. It's microphonic and there's crosstalk. So you have to clean that pickup up, right? By wax potting it, liquid hot wax. I take all my GK3s apart, stick them in a vacuum, a liquid wax, and I agitate them with ultrasonic vibrations, and there's a vacuum in there, takes out all the air and makes sure that the whole thing is totally waxed. That's one way. The other way is I also use Fishman triple play type pickups. They're already waxed. They go in a little easier for me. They got way thinner cable. I install them way easier. So you have to do that. So what happens when you set your grand piano on your what happens is when you try and play, if you pick any muted strings like I am, especially on the 5th, 7th fret, 12th fret, where the harmonics are, or even anywhere, as I'm doing, you get these weird goinky notes. Well, how do you get rid of that? How do you stop that? You don't want that. You want clean grand piano. Well, one way is what people have done is they've cranked down the sensitivity in a GR55 so that to reduce some of these notes. So when you do that enough, you turn down the sensitivity, so you reduce the probability of these weird, obnoxious notes. You then have to lose feel for playing a guitar. It's no longer a guitar where you can play soft. You can't play quiet, soft, loud metal passages, right? It's all loud. You have to pick really hard. So then you lose, it's not a guitar anymore. You lose total feeling. So what we did is we came up with the HEX-GATE, and that when I turn it on, there's a button here that turns it on. You can see the LED turning on enough. And you can turn it on here with this button, or there's a button on my GR55. You can see the LED turning on enough. Or you can, and that signal goes through the cable and into the GR55. Or you can use a foot switch, and that foot switch plugs into the little 1/8 inch jack there, and you can see with the foot switch you can turn it on enough. So when you have it on, if you don't have it on, you get all these goinky notes. Plucking muted string by accident, no matter, like I played for 2 decades, and I still get occasional bad notes. So to get rid of that, see, there is no plucking muted strings. Nothing happens until I perfect. downside is, of course, you can't play any open strings. So any chords, like a low G, only can't play like a. So that's why you have all these different ways to switch the gate off. So you reduce the probability of getting these weird notes by turning this gate on and off as is required, right? So, and then my favorite, of course, is trombone. And never a going key weirdo ghost note. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that.